Hi, I'm Claire with ClareArmstrong.com and welcome to your tarot reading. This reading is timeless, so anytime you come across this, if the messages speak to you, then please take them as yours. I've already pulled the cards, so we can just go ahead and get started. So, the first thing that I'm seeing when looking at this spread overwhelmingly is that there are some type of concerns that are surrounding money and or contracts. The first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles can really talk about an abuse of power in some kind of way. If you look at the figures on the card, they're out in the cold. This person is on crutches with his foot up and a bandage on his head. So in some kind of way, this person has been injured, either physically injured or the ego as well. This person's ego may have been bruised or emotionally let down in some significant way. But because this is a Pentacles card, this really does speak to finances. So the financial impact of something that has occurred has been great. Great as in significant, not as in good. Beside that, we have the Six of Pentacles. When the Six of Pentacles is in the upright, this is a card about generosity. This is somebody giving a helping hand, somebody who is bringing something that was out of balance into balance. It can be about unofficial contracts or, verbal contracts or agreements made between people. But when it's in reverse, it's indicating the opposite of that. So there is somebody within this situation that is not being generous. Somebody that had the power to do the right thing and to help this situation, and they haven't done that. They're not feeling generous. They're not being forthcoming. They're not upholding some either actual contract, be it a work contract or something like that, or a verbal contract. Somehow they have misrepresented themselves or failed to meet the expectations of the other person. And we also have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is somebody who he's going to be very focused on the facts. He's going to see things as kind of black and white, and the King of Swords is very smart, very analytical, very sharp. He's going to give very, very good, sound, solid advice. He's in the upright, so that keeps him honest. If he is in the reverse, then he could be dishonest in some kind of way. But he's in the upright, so that's very good for this reading. This person I see being on your side. This person is, it could be somebody who is representing you. So this could be, frankly, this could be like a work dispute or something like that. It could even be a personal injury because this person is injured. But it could also just be, like I said, somebody has not upheld their side of a bargain and caused quite significant damage to the other person as a result of that. Because this King of Swords I often interpret the King of Swords as either a government official or a judge or a lawyer, something like that. This person could be making some decision or giving you some very solid advice about this situation. This king may have the ability to make a judgment or make a ruling, but if not, then he's going to be leading you towards a resolution on some level. I think that this person is, for instance, if it's a government official, it could be somebody who's maybe looking at some type of compensation or something like that, and making a decision about that. The advice we have, the Page of Pentacles. So there are a couple of things that I'm getting from this, but the first thing would be the advice would be to, because you see this person who's looking at this pentacle, to me that's indicating a contract. So a new contract could be coming in, something brand new, but we'll get to that in a minute. I think also this could be about our, kind of like our expectations of what we want the resolution for this situation to be. And right under that Page of Pentacles, we have the Fool as well. So to me, this together, that could indicate keeping our expectations realistic, not to have unrealistic expectations for this situation. But at the same time, you would be examining the details of the contract. So if there was a written contract as an example, then you would want to be looking at the specifics of that contract. But more than that, what I'm really getting with, especially with this Fool card behind this page, I think actually what's happening here is some type of new offer is coming your way that's going to take you into a new direction. This is going in a whole new direction. This is like a brand new beginning, a leap of faith. And the Fool is facing in the completely opposite direction of this. So it's like you've turned your back on this. You're not being hung up on this. You're not holding on to this. You're moving away from this, and you're doing so with a great pleasure. Like you feel very free and very light, and ultimately you know that you really don't want to return to this circumstance, to these people. If this is an employer, I don't think you want to go back to this employer. But you do want to seek some type of settlement if that applies. Then you do want to hold them accountable. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to hold them accountable, but you don't want to hold your life back in any kind of way. And look, underneath that we also have the Hangman in reverse. So it's like the wait is over, or hanging on. The advice of tarot is that you don't want to hang on to this situation anymore. You want to leave it in the dust, but you do want to do what is right, stand up for what is right, stand up for what you are owed. If you are owed anything, you want to stand up for that, but you don't want to emotionally hold on to it. I think that there's a new offer. This could be a new job offer. But this is a page, so this is a young person. So this could either be working with young people, or maybe going to work for a smaller company or something like that. But it could also be study as well. So it could be a new job where you would have to gain some type of qualification or do some study or some training or something like that. And it can also talk about going back to school as well. So it could be being accepted into college, or something like that as well. So this is taking you in an entirely new direction. I think that your life is just moving into a completely different direction, and you're not holding on to any of this anymore. I think that this King of Swords could be somebody that you've hired maybe to oversee this. If this person oversees this or sorts this out for you, then you don't have to hang on to it anymore. But you do absolutely want to stand up for what is right. You want to stand up for your for your own rights, and you want to make sure that these people are held accountable if they have done something where there was an abuse of power. And then I wanted to kind of have more of an outcome, so I pulled an extra card here. I got two. I got the Tower in reverse and the Sun. So this tells me that this turmoil, this chaos, or this shock is in the past, okay? Something, though, did happen or did occur. Like I said, it could have been an injury. Something that somebody did could have really thrown your life into peril. Could have been a judgment that somebody else made that was completely unfair. But it's now in the reverse. And following it, we have the Sun, which is the ultimate happiness. When the Tower is in reverse, this is about rebuilding. And if you look at the kind of the foundation of this tower, it's not difficult to see why this tower collapsed under the shock of the lightning strike. It was built on a shoddy foundation, and so the building came down. That's in the past. That's completely past tense. Fortunately, when this is in reverse, this is a really good card. This is you're rebuilding something, but you're building it on a firm and solid foundation. So whatever this group of people or this person or this investment, whatever this was, it wasn't a good investment, or it wasn't the best for you. It wasn't in your best or highest good. And so that's basically come down, and you are now rebuilding on this new path, rebuilding something that's so much better. It's going to lead you to a really, really, like I said, this is the ultimate happiness. So where you're going is so much lighter, it's so much brighter, it's full of love, and you are not going to want to look, you're not going to want to look back. You're only going to want to focus forward, look forward, in building this rebuild and building something that is going to bring the ultimate happiness. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you'd like more information about personal readings, you can find all that at my website. It's clarearmstrong.com. Thanks for watching, and I will speak with you next time.